there. All right. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Claire Rasoli, and I'm an independent consultant and National Vice President with Arbonne. I want to welcome you all to this call tonight. This is sort of a Discover Arbonne. I know several of you on the call tonight are consultants at different stages of your business, and I know some of you are on this call because you were invited by someone to take a look. So I just want to thank you all for being here and just taking the time out of your day to learn a little bit more about Arbonne, who we are, the business, the brand, and our community. So maybe this will be a fit for you. Maybe it will be a fit for someone you know, but this is just a great exposure to learn a little bit more. Before I share with you a little bit about Arbonne, I do want to share a little bit about myself. I'm going to be celebrating my 14th year in Arbonne. Can't believe I've been here that long. And my background is actually in Latino marketing and advertising. I was a freelance producer for about 15 years, working in an industry that I didn't absolutely love, but I was just sort of riding the horse in the direction that it was running. I was a new mom. My son was a year and a half. And when I was introduced to Arbonne, if I can be completely honest and transparent, I was so not in the market for products. I barely washed my face at night. I was probably about 30 pounds heavier than I am now. So I definitely wasn't the poster child for health and wellness. I was just seriously in the market for change. So when this was introduced to me, I didn't expect it to be the huge change like categorically that it's been for me in my life. What I expected when I first joined Arbonne was just to make a little bit of money until I figured out what I was going to do next. But what happened was, is that I started learning more about the company, learning more about the products, really becoming a product of the product, really becoming a student of this profession and totally falling in love with it. So because of Arbonne, I have been able to dust some dreams off of the back burner. I would like you to take a look at our compensation plan and learn a little bit more about it. I'm not going to go in too much about it, but if you go to earnings.arbonne.com, you can see there what's typical. What I love about Arbonne is that this is great for people who maybe don't have typical dreams and don't have a typical work ethic and maybe don't want to be typical. So I discovered a world here that opened up opportunities for other things, other businesses that I wanted to create. So I was crazy enough 5 years ago to open up a restaurant. Because of Arbonne and not just the resources that I was able to create here, but really the mindset. It was really entrepreneur school for me. So I was able to pursue some other dreams. Just a couple months ago, by choice, I actually closed the door to the doors to that brick and mortar restaurant because I wanted to, because I wanted my time back. And that's really what it is that is so special about Arbonne and special about network marketing businesses is that they're businesses that really lend itself to time leverage. So that's a little bit about me. Now I'm going to share with you a little bit about Arbonne, and you might see my eyes going off to the side here because yes, I still work with notes. I just want to make sure that I hit, the bullet points that I feel are important. So if you are possibly considering this business, just know that we have notes. So you don't have to be fluent and proficient and perfect in Arbonne, especially to start out. Okay, so a little bit about our company. We're going to be celebrating our 45th year in January. So Arbonne's been around for quite a while. And to me, that means that we've really had the time to perfect what it is that we do, and we've withstood the test of time. And a lot of companies can't say that. So we are a legacy company. We are currently in 6 markets: the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, Poland, and New Zealand, with global expansion plans over the next few years. So that's really exciting because this is a cloud-based business. Most of my business, and especially with the technology today, we're able to build businesses, customer networks, and also teams in all those countries that I mentioned. So the world gets smaller and smaller, as we can see with technology here. That's why I also asked everyone to type in where they're from. So that's a little bit about Arbonne. We've been a beauty and wellness company, mostly skincare when we started, but then about 20 years ago, really started getting into the nutrition category. I recently read in the Business Trends magazine that nutrition is the new skincare and skincare is the new makeup. And I think that is true. When we're taking care of ourselves, when we're really like watching what we eat and just living a healthier lifestyle, that shows up in our skin. It shows up, in our bodies and inflammation or not. And then when we're using great skincare on top of it, I mean, that's just like the next level glow. So it cracks me up when I talk about products like this, because when I tell you that I was not a product person when I first started, like I was not. And now I actually have like all these products that I can't live without. Our skincare, our Derm Results Advanced Skincare. I just got back from Costa Rica, so I have a lot of the stuff here still in my bag. So we're really known for our skincare, but we also have our nutritionals that are pretty much becoming like 50% of our sales. I would say we do about 50% skincare and 50% nutrition. So we have things like protein shakes, greens, my mushroom powder that I can't live without, the energy fizz sticks. This is like our most popular SKU. I call this the Arbonne gateway drug because this is a product that everybody loves so much. And this is actually the limited edition tart cherry flavor that's going to be selling it. But we have all kinds of flavors, and mango peach is my favorite. So what really sets us apart is our ingredient policy. So Arbonne has a do not allow list of over 2,000 ingredients, which may or may not sound like a big deal to you until you start learning, if you know anything about it, what the US bans in nutrition and skincare products, what the UK or what Europe bans in nutrition and skincare. So the US only bans about a dozen ingredients in skincare, and in Europe they ban about, I think it's a few hundred. So, or maybe it's a couple thousand. I mean, not a couple thousand, maybe a few hundred, maybe 1,000, but Arbonne bans over 2,000. So we just have a really strict and clean policy. We were the original clean beauty brand, plant-based, gluten-free, non-GMO. What I love about our products is that I don't have to be reading the labels of every single one. I know that everything that I'm using from Arbonne that I put in my body or on my skin is going to be good for me. So I want to talk a little bit about our business model, which is called network marketing. And what it is just recommendation marketing. It's social marketing, and it actually isn't. It isn't the future. It's now. There's a reason why network marketing companies are popping up left and right, and it's because they're smart and they work. And what I really love about this business, and what's really changed everything for me, is the business. The products can definitely change your skin. They can help improve your health, but it's really the business that's completely changed my life. So what is network marketing? We basically cut out all the middlemen. Products go straight from Arbonne to the consumer, all via our word of mouth. So basically, we're the street team of Arbonne. We teach people how to go onto arbonne.com and how to shop at a discount. And then we also teach people, if they're interested, how to build an Arbonne network. So basically, I'm a consumer and I'm a consumer gatherer. And I teach people how they can consume and or be a consumer and a consumer gatherer. So we build a network of people who are basically redirecting their spending. So what I chose to do, and what we recommend when you're starting an Arbonne business, is that you stop giving your dollars to big box retailers and buying brands that are typically inferior. I'm sure there's other great brands out there. Like there's people that say like a certain makeup brand, like, oh my gosh, I love so-and-so. I'm not even going to say the name because I'm not going to network market for them. And I love some other brands too. But the truth is that when I buy that brand, I'm helping that owner pay their mortgage. But when I buy from Arbonne, I am helping pay my own mortgage because I'm buying from my own store and I'm teaching other people how they too can shop from their own stores instead of giving their dollar to other brands and to other big box retailers. So we're basically showing people how to redirect their spending, purchase from themselves, and teach other people how to do the same thing. So exponential growth, time, you start building a really big network. So a lot of people, when they hear about this, they wonder like, how come for some people it works and how come it doesn't? And I was thinking about that. And I was thinking about, okay, when we go to the gym and we see the people that are in really great shape, well, oh my God, how did they get that way? Oh, they showed up. They showed up. They keep showing up to the gym and they keep, paying attention to what they're eating and, how much exercise they're getting and sleeping and water. Like they're showing up. They show up for themselves and they show up for their health. It's the same way that we build an Arbonne business when we show up for our business. When we work, it does. So basically, when people hear this information, and this is like a super broad strokes overview, because I do want to look in the chat and see if there's any questions. But basically, when people hear this information, they tend to see themselves in a few different categories, three different categories, let's call it. And before I share what those categories are, I also want to include that Arbonne doesn't necessarily have to be for someone because they hate their job or they completely want to stop working. Like a lot of people absolutely love what they do. But let's face it, most of us today are really looking for a way to make a little bit of extra money or a lot. So all of that's available here. So when you hear this information, kind of think about where you see yourself. Do you see yourself as a connector? Do you see yourself as a client? Or do you see yourself as a consultant? And I'll share what those three categories mean. So let's start with connector. A connector would be somebody who maybe this is so not a fit for you. It is like nothing that you ever imagined doing in a million years. By the way, I didn't either. Now I absolutely love it. But maybe the timing's not right, or just maybe it's just not a right fit. But chances are you probably know one or two people who are looking for healthier products because most people are today. Most people are looking to get healthier. Sadly, at this age, I'm just starting to know too many friends that are going through health scares, which is crazy to think. I'm in my 50s now, but that's when you start just hearing about stuff more often. So, there's people in your life who might be looking to get healthier, or there's people in your life who might be looking to make a little bit of extra money or a lot. So, if you see yourself as a connector, if you would think of one or two people who you could connect the person who invited you tonight to this call with one or two people, I know when I have somebody who connects me with someone, I always gift them handsomely as a thank you, the fun present or something. Maybe the gateway drug. No. So sorry. So you might see yourself as a connector. The second category is a preferred client. And a preferred client is somebody who wants to try some products, wants to shop and shop at a discount. It's $29 to be a preferred client. That sets you up to shop for an entire calendar year at a base of 20% off. And there's also opportunities for free shipping, free gifts. It's basically a loyalty program, and there's no monthly commitment. There's no monthly requirement. It's just you shop for what you want to shop for, whenever you want to shop for it. And there's all kinds of perks for being a preferred client. I also think preferred client is a great place for people to start that might feel like, you know what, I'm really intrigued by this business. Maybe I want to try the products first. I want to learn a little bit more. Maybe you just need more exposures. Maybe you just need to get more familiar with the brand and the products and how they work for you in the community. And, I jumped right in. I jumped right in having no idea what the heck I jumped into. But I also know that everyone's not like that, and so as a preferred client, this is a great way to learn a little bit more as you're using the products and really seeing how they work for you, and hopefully experiencing the great results and the benefits. So preferred client, maybe you're a preferred client, or maybe you're thinking, you know what, I really need to change things up right now. Like what I'm doing right now is not working for me. There is more month at the end of the money, and I need to figure something out. This could be a fit for you. This could be the way. It's not the only way, but it's a way. For me, it has been, like I said, categorically life changing. It completely changed the set of my sail and the trajectory of my life and has freed me up. Yes, I worked really hard to build uh, a leveraged business, but the time freedom that it helps give you as you really start building something significant here is I couldn't even imagine it. So I do want to share a little bit about what's available in terms of compensation if you're thinking about being an independent consultant. I believe this month it's $65 to get your website up and running. That also gets you access to all the trainings and everything that's available. I call it like in the back office. You can also see all your stats there. So you're getting pretty much, an entire business and infrastructure, a turnkey system that you just plug into and learn, which is fantastic. Like I've owned a brick and mortar business, and to see how set up this is for you compared to having it do it all by yourself is like, it's incredible that you get it for 65 bucks. I love it that it's $65 because the barrier to entry is so low. I hate it that it's only $65 because on days when it feels tough, and yes, we're building a business. It's not always easy. And when it's only $65, I feel like sometimes it's just so easy to just give up and quit. But if you really give this the time and the energy and the respect that it deserves, I do want to share with you a little bit about what's possible. Probable if you do the work and really commit, but also possible. So there's 4 different levels in Arbonne: district manager, area manager, regional vice president, and national vice president. I'm just going to give you a broad range of each of those 4 levels. So a district manager, let's pretend like it's high school. You're a freshman. Yay. Okay. As a district manager, you're making an average of about $200 to about $1,000 a month, working part-time, doing what you were already doing before. Now you're still buying your skincare, you're still buying your hair care, you're still buying your nutrition. You're just not buying it from over there anymore. You're buying it from yourself, and you're sharing these products and this concept with people. And as you grow, then you can become a sophomore, an area manager. The average income, am I having too much fun? The average income is about 2,000 to about 3,500 a month, working part-time. And what I love about the area manager level is that this is what your business becomes. I'm getting so excited, I can't even talk. This is where your business becomes willable. I'm like full on adulting now, because I have a son and a will. And I actually have in there in my will that all my Arbonne interests with my Arbonne ID number, if anything were to happen to me, goes to my son, and he will continue to receive the checks from the consumption of the network that I have built out over the last 14 years. And that's pretty awesome. He also, at 18, if he wants to, can just take over the business and just keep it going. And you could even keep growing. So that's pretty amazing. And I don't know a lot of other jobs, businesses that do that. I don't know any. So the 3rd level is regional vice president. This is your junior year, okay? Your junior year in high school, regional vice president. I'm not saying it only takes you to 1 year to get to each of these levels, by the way. You can decide how fast or slow you want to go. That's up to you. It took me exactly 18 months to be a regional vice president, and they're making an average of about 4,000 to 8,000 a month. And by the way, I was still doing other things. It was just this as I was weaving it into the fabric of my life. And then national vice president, this is the top of the company. This is where your family's taken care of, you're taken care of. You can start building some generational wealth. I'm really proud of that. My mom is from Mexico. I'm first generation here. And to have the opportunity to, really build something and leave a legacy feels pretty cool. And at the national vice president, this is what we're able to do. What I love about this level is I started this business 100% because of what I could get. And I realized that as I got to national vice president and I was growing myself, through the ranks, that it's not so much about what I can get, but it's what I can give. And I never really had that mentality before because I could barely get through. I wasn't thinking about how do I help everyone else. I was just trying to, get my own mask on. So um, it's really cool what you're able to create here. So anyways, that's a little bit about myself, a little bit about Arbonne, a little bit about our company, our brand, our ingredient policy, our distribution model, um, and our opportunity. So I hope that really gives you an idea of what's available here for you, and maybe give you a better idea if it's a fit for you or someone you know. I'm going to take a look really quick here at the chat and see if there's any questions. And if not, it's only been 22 minutes. I only went 2 minutes over. And I hope you learned something new. That's always my intention when I share Arbonne. My number one intention is that people have fun. My number two intention is for people to walk away with a little bit more knowledge about Arbonne, just maybe a couple things that you didn't know before. And my third intention is that when you hear the word Arbonne, that you think to yourself, oh yeah, I love that brand. So hopefully I was successful in all of those objectives tonight. Oh, the numbers for the national vice president level are about $15,000 to $30,000 a month on average, but no cap. That's just the average. I know that's a wide range, but that's the average range. And then there's people that make significantly more than that. And there's about, I want to say that there's about 300 national vice presidents with plenty of room for more. And that's my mission, is to help as many people get there, because this business is super fun, but nothing like watching somebody's life transform and feeling like, oh, I had something to do with that. See that girl? She's mine. I taught her. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much. I hope that you leave a little bit of room in your heart for the unimaginable. Today's 11/11. Apparently that's a big deal in numerology. So I don't know, make a wish. And I hope to see you guys very soon. And for those of you that are guests on this call, thank you so much for your time. And I hope I see you maybe on a training call in the next few weeks. Good night, everyone. Thank you.